Me and my good friend are buying a project car. We are buying the cheapest Mini Cooper S with an MOT in the entire country. We've been driving for a couple hours now. We finally arrived on location to actually buy this thing. So we're going to go view it, hopefully buy it, and then I'll show you guys what we've actually got ourselves into. You guys might have noticed that Carl is no longer in the car with me, and that is because we've picked up the car. This thing is incredible, and I've had loads of these. Let me show you what I've bought. And there it is, a 2007 Mini Cooper S. It's now 8 PM, it's been a long day. I want to get home, but tomorrow we're going to diagnose exactly what's wrong with this car and figure out exactly the problem with it to see what we need to buy to fix it. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Like I mentioned, it's now the next day. We've got the Mini home. This thing ran home 75 miles, an hour and a half on 3 cylinders. So I'm amazed this thing actually made it home. I didn't think it was going to survive the journey, but it did. It's absolutely stinking. It's in a big need of a clean because the owners never cleaned this. However, today's task is to get the head off, figure out exactly what's causing the misfire, and I have a theory. You see, I've owned a few of these cars in my lifetime, and I've rebuilt a few of these N14 engines, and I have a theory that this thing has an exhaust burnt valve. But obviously we're not going to know until we actually start taking apart this engine. So what I'm going to do at the moment is get this car in a position to actually start stripping it, and let's take this apart and see what the problem is. And this is literally the first project car that I'm officially documenting on the channel. So if this is something that interests you, please consider subscribing and also liking the video so you don't miss any of this content. You can probably see here we've got a lot of oil on this side of the engine, so we're not too sure whether this has been actually leaking out or whether someone has tried to top up the oil and they've spilt it everywhere. The first thing me and Carl are going to do is we're going to get the rocker cover off. We want to get this head off because I personally think it's a burnt valve. What are you placing your bets on?
Could be something to do with stem seals first, and then they've been driving it, neglecting it, and then obviously we've had further damage from that.
It's literally taken me about 10 minutes to get this far, but the rocker cover is now ready to actually be removed. So this is a good sign to tell if the car has had regular oil changes, if the kind of cams and everything in here are looking kind of a nice silvery shiny colour. If they're quite golden and quite dark, then that's going to be an indication that this car hasn't really had regular oil changes. So there we go, that bolt's gone everywhere. However, that's not looking great. And there we go. That's the rocker cover completely removed. This gasket 100% needs changing, and this needs a proper clean-up. However, take a look at this. This is a sign that this car hasn't really had oil changes as often as it should have, because you can tell the oil is pretty black. This hasn't had an oil change in a good while. And you can smell the oil. I know you guys can't smell it, but this oil does smell quite dirty and quite old. However, just judging by the general condition of the whole situation here, the cam lobes are all looking pretty healthy. Nothing looks detrimental and is in bad condition. You can tell that obviously the rocker cover gasket was 100% on its way out, so we're definitely going to have to change that. So it's been about 3 hours and we've made some serious progress. As you can see, we've taken the full front bumper off. The reason being, I'll explain to you guys now. So what you'll notice is we have to obviously remove the turbo manifold to get the head off because it's on the head, and the bolts underneath here are literally impossible to do with the radiator and the front bumper on. However, we're on to the last part now to actually diagnose what the issue with this is, and we're on to the last head bolt. These have been absolutely terrifying to remove because they've sounded like they've snapped for every single one. So we're going to go ahead and remove the final head bolt. Hopefully it's not going to snap, and then we'll be able to see if a burnt valve is my theory. If not, it's probably something a little bit more sinister, and that's going to be more work. So let's remove it now. I think that's a healthy turbo. It's fine. That's why it was smoking so much. Okay. I can't get over your hands, mate.
I know it's bad.
Here we go.
That ain't it. That's just the first click. There she blows.
It sounds like it snaps every single time. Every single time it sounds like it snaps.
I know.
We finally got there. There we have it. We're now finally time to remove the head. Cylinder number 1, no compression. I'm guessing the burnt exhaust valve. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be amazed because then we've got to do some serious diagnosing to work out exactly why the cylinder number 1 has no compression. So it's going to be a little bit of a two-man job to finally remove getting his head off. So I'm going to get my gloves back on so my hands stay clean, unlike Carl's because he's turned into an oil man. I'm going to get this off and see if I'm correct. I'm going to do some Googling because it's been about 4 years since I worked on one of these, and I'm not 100% sure where the final ones are. So I've done so far so good off memory. It's like riding a bike, but I've forgotten how to actually steer the bike. Success of taking the head off. This took a lot longer than it should have because we forgot to disconnect the fuel rail plugs on the back. However, this is the little 1.6 litre. We're now going to look at the actual head to see if the burnt valve on cylinder number 1 is correct. But as you can see from here, it is very, very wet, which is Interesting. Now this is cylinder number 1, the cylinder which is the problem. And
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any particular hole, so...
Maybe I have to just clean them up first.
Yeah.
We can do a leak test on it.
Yeah, we'll give them a clean up and then take a look. Bit of spray.
Get rags, get rags. Come out now.
So an interesting thing me and Carl just had a theory of, because we're not seeing a hole, a significant hole in the valve, which I thought it would be. We never actually did a compression test ourselves. We always took somebody else's word for it. So I feel like we might have jumped the gun a little bit by taking the head off without doing that first. But you live and you learn. We're rebuilding this engine anyway, and it's going to be good to go. So at the moment, there's no significant telltale signs that it would have zero compression. While Carl is looking over the actual head itself, I just wanted to have a quick look at the gasket, the head gasket, to see if there was any kind of crazy blows on it or anything like that, but it wasn't leaking coolant or oil together, so to me that doesn't really seem like a good option. I found the problem.
Is it bad? It's a new engine, is it?
Watch this, guys, watch this. I'm going to spray some brake cleaner in cylinder number 1.
Rings.
Look where it goes.
Straight down.
Can you see the hole on the back?
Oh man. What? That's the hole?
Yeah.
Oh flip, man. Are they new? Yeah, that's where the compression's going in. So the oil's been coming out of the engine.
Because these hold.
Yeah.
They hold. This one,
New engine.
that is bad news. Well, the quick fix of fitting some new valves isn't really gonna work.
To do this now.
Yeah, that's
That's
That's quite the hole.
Right down the back there.
Looks good now, is it?
Well, this isn't exactly the news we were hoping for. My theory was I had 2 of these and it was a burnt exhaust valve, replaced the valves, new parts, timing chain, head gasket, etc. Back on the road, good compression, everything sorted. That being the issue isn't ideal, and that's quite a big hole. You can see we put some brake cleaner in this cylinder and it's puddling fine. This one, it's leaking straight out the back. But the weird thing about it is it's low compression, but it wasn't piston rings with the fact it's actually burning oil. And that's one of the things when we were driving back yesterday, there was literally no smoke coming out of the rear. So I knew the scraper rings or anything like that were fine. So there wasn't actually oil getting into the combustion cylinder. But obviously the main first compression ring is destroyed. It's not there and it's got a hole. So that's the reason there is no compression. So pretty sad day. But the sky is absolutely beautiful, so I don't think Carl and I can complain. It's just one of those things. I mean, like I mentioned, Matt Armstrong's working on a Bugatti. This is a little 1.6 turboed mini engine, so it's not the end of the world. We're probably going to end the video there. Me and Carl are going to go and get some food because we've been at this for hours now and it's like mid-afternoon, really hungry. But if you guys enjoyed the video, then you can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe so you don't miss any content on this. We're not too sure what we're going to do with this yet, so if you guys have any ideas, whether we put a new engine in, whether we fix that, whether we forge it, go big power, who knows, leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more content like this, then you can hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. You won't miss the journey on this Mini. But there it is, one final look at this thing. Not what I expected, and surprisingly, the head is actually okay. The head out of everything is actually sound. So yeah, just one of those things. Well, here we go. Like I mentioned, we're going to give that a wrap up for today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.